You're watching Good Morning Washington.
10 minutes after 8 o'clock, for Black History Month, we are highlighting young local African-American authors. And to kick it off, we are joined by one of Amazon's best-selling authors, Gabrielle Jordan. It is great to have you back.
Good to hear.
Yeah, good to have you in here. Okay, so you were 11 years old when you sat down to write this book. Tell me about, I mean, it's one thing for kids to write and that kind of thing, but to publish it?
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, so writing this book was something that was not necessarily planned, but I saw opportunity for. It actually started out as a competition in school.
Okay.
Sadly, I didn't win that competition, but something kind of it triggered inside of me. And when I actually heard some of the feedback from the judges that read this book, and they were telling me how there was something to this and keep going with it, my mom and I decided to self-publish it and get it off the ground. And I really wanted to teach other young people how to start and grow businesses, because I started and grew my business at 9 years old, and I wanted to kind of pass that on.
Wow. And you sold, what, 10,000 copies?
Yeah,
is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's really impacted a lot of young people's lives, which is amazing for me.
Okay, it's called The Making of a Young Entrepreneur. Tell us what's in the book. Obviously, aside from the obvious.
Right.
Yeah.
So this book is about, make the mindset of an entrepreneur, what the mindset of a young entrepreneur needs to be. So before you can even start a business, there's a mindset that has to be developed. And so this was really about teaching, how to cultivate that mindset, to grow a business, to get started, to really be able to push yourself. And then also the tips that are needed in order to grow a company as well.
Okay.
Yeah, and from there I went on to actually start a mentoring institute, co-found a mentoring institute to really cultivate, entrepreneurship in young people.
Okay, so are your parents entrepreneurs? Where did you learn all of this?
Entrepreneurship really came from my 5 generations of entrepreneurs on my mom's side.
Okay.
I'm the 6th generation, and so honestly, I didn't know about that before I even got into selling and making jewelry, but which is my first business.
Okay.
But once I learned about it, it was like, yeah, I wanted to do that too. And so actually, when it comes to entrepreneurship, I felt like there was so much I learned from it. And so when I was 14 years old, I started a mentoring institute called ExCEL Youth Mentoring, and I mentor young people to start their businesses as well and teach them how it's so important and help them to grow their already existing businesses, and also share, the stories of amazing authors as well.
Okay. You are now 17, almost 18 years old, as you make sure to correct me at that one number when you're 17. The one. Now I'm almost this next age. Get my age, we want to go the other way. We want to take some years away. How do you think that this book and this experience over the last few years has changed your approach? Maybe it can compare it to some of your peers and the things that they go through.
I think it's always important for someone my age to have direction, like in your life. If you're young and you don't know what you're doing or where you're going, it can be very difficult to be focused on anything and therefore make good decisions. And so for me, I think being a young entrepreneur, having this book and having kind of this path in my life, this focus in my life, kept me on a strong path and really helped me to grow as a person, especially at a younger age and in these kind of important years of growth. It really helped me. And so I think it's definitely important if a young person has a talent, especially if it's writing, definitely write. If you have a creative ability, definitely do that thing, pursue that thing. It's important to have that focus. And a lot of the young people that we're going to be highlighting for this month are amazing young writers that have this focus and have direction in their lives. And they are as young as, I want to say maybe 6 or so years old. I mean, in the Mentoring Institute itself, and then a lot of them are like 11 years old. And so with the books, it's just incredible.
Okay, I've got about 10 seconds left.
Yeah.
You're now a veteran author. Any chances for a second book? Anything in the works?
I am working on something, but it's hush hush.
Okay, that's fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, Gabrielle Jordan, good to see you. Congratulations.
Thank you so
Thanks
much.
again for coming in, and good luck in the rest of the month.
Thank
and
you.
with your college choice coming up very soon.
Thank you.